Everybody. Well, I'm in Lee, Massachusetts right now. This is mile 1549 on my Appalachian Trail through hike. And I just wanted to give you a quick bear update as far as my bear encounters up to this point. I've now seen 6 bears total. 3 were in Virginia, and that was the last one was about like 6 weeks ago or more. I don't know. This hike has felt like an eternity. I think I've aged in dog years out here or something. I don't know. It's really weird, but I saw 3 bears in the past 3 days since I've been in Massachusetts, which has been really cool. The first day was 3 days ago, and I just saw a black mass kind of moving around a little bit, and just took me a second, but then I'm like, yeah, I think that's a bear. And he saw me, I'm sure. I didn't make eye contact with him, but he just bolted the other way, and he was crashing through the woods and everything. He was just making all kinds of noise, and this sucker was big, and I'm so glad he went the other way. Last night, I camped out at one spot, and it was a shelter and camping area, but they had signs everywhere for, like, bear sightings in this area. Just be very cautious, with your food and everything like that. And so, of course, we all were. And but actually, I was more concerned about the rain today than about thinking about bears. I slept pretty good, and I've seen these kinds of signs before, and I don't want to be afraid of them, but I definitely have a healthy respect. And so this morning, bear number 5, I saw, and I was crossing like a little dirt road, and I could see in the corner of my eye a mass of something going by, and I looked, and of course, sure enough, it was a bear just crossing the road. He was running pretty quick. But then about 5 minutes later, I came across another northbound hiker, and I'm like, yeah, bear number 5. And he looked a little upset. He's like, man, I haven't seen a bear since I've been out here. And he's been on the trail ever since I have, even though I just met him for the first time. But so then we talked for a little bit, and we went on our way. But I got ahead of him, and a little while later, a southbounder was coming towards me, and he's like, hey man, about a mile up ahead, there's a bear, and he's like trying to make move on this cooler. Like it was like a trail magic thing where somebody left watermellon in a cooler. Maybe not the best idea, and they put it in the woods. Of course, they didn't put it along the road. The bear would be less nervy to go out on the road, I think, but it was in the woods. And so he warned me about it. And I'm like, man, is there any way that the bear maybe has already gone by? He's like, he looked at me like, no, it's going to be there when you get there. And so I was going along, and other southbounders I saw, and I said, is that bear still there? And they're like, yep, he's there. So I had plenty of time to get nervous about it. And but I finally got to where I knew it was going to be, after the road crossing, and just kind of poked my head into the woods. I saw the cooler, and I saw that bear, and he was very close to that cooler, like maybe 20 feet away. And he looked up. He looked right at me, and I hate making eye contact with the bears. So it's like I just kind of looked down and looked in a general direction, but I didn't want to stare at it. I clicked my trekking poles. I whistled. I made noise and tried to scare it off a little bit. It wasn't happening. So I went back on the road and just kind of hung out, and I tried that whole routine again, and it still didn't really have any effect. So then I went off a little further just to give him time to want to walk off a little bit, and it seemed to have worked. Just give them, because I think they'll stand their ground if you just kind of go face to face with them or something. But got back up, tried the routine again, and then I saw some cubs, and so that made me even more nervous. I didn't know there were cubs there. Nobody said anything about cubs, but there were 2 cubs, and And then the bear, mama bear, just kind of started really running off at that point because they were all together. But they didn't get that far off. But I kind of thought, mama was just kind of tending to her cubs. And a lot of southbounders had already passed by. And I just said, well, now it's my turn. And so I just kind of whistled and made noise and just, not too aggressively, but just enough to say, hey, I'm here, but I'm moving on. And so I just kind of boogied on past, and I had a big hill to climb after that. But my adrenaline was pumping, and was really felt that nerve, and but it was exciting, it was exhilarating, and I just want y'all to know, what's been like out, for me out here on the trail, and 6 bears total, some other wildlife too, but every time you see a bear, man, it really gets you going, and moving on tomorrow. I'm on 1549, as I said, and Vermont's about 50 miles away. And so we're moving on tomorrow. So see y'all. All right, bye.